The Second Amendment demonstrates what it is to be American. The gun rights supporters believe that gun control laws would reduce gun deaths, whereas others believe that these laws infringe upon the right of self-defense and denies people a sense of safety.
Sandy Hook, that the NRA has a vice-like grip on this place, even when 90% of the American public wants change.
If I could just flip a switch and get them all off the planet, I would do that.
High-capacity magazines should be banned because they too often turn murder into mass murders.
An investigation found that high-capacity magazines were used in at least 50% of the 62 mass shootings between 1982 and 2012. When high-capacity magazines were used in mass shootings, the death rate rose 63%. Some gang members use high-capacity magazines, such as 30 rounds or even 90 rounds, to compensate for the lack of accuracy and maximize the chance of harm.
I hate to be so fatigued and saddened as I look at the headline from the other side of my home state of Pennsylvania, but we've been this way before. Nothing changed after Parkland. Nothing changed after Sandy Hook.
Legally owned guns are frequently stolen and used by criminals.
We get to know Corey James Connell, 21 years old and a student at Valencia College. A child with dreams, cut short by a madman with a military rifle. And make no mistake, cut short by this Congress's fetish to repeatedly meet bloody tragedy with silence.
Between 2005 and 2010, 1.4 million guns were stolen from U.S. homes during property crimes, a yearly average of 232,400. With guns being a product that can be easily carried away and quickly sold at a relatively high fraction of the initial cost, the presence of more guns can actually serve as a stimulus to burglary and theft.
For me, I don't want a gun in my household. I think the statistics show that I'm more likely to injure someone else in my house, either from a suicide or for an accidental shooting than I am to ever fend off an intruder.
There to go take them. The police can barely enforce the law as it is. As what I see, we demonize the police, criminalize and vilify the police, and we make the criminals into victims.
For every one person killed by a gun, over 90 people are saved by defensive gun use.
And there's a multitude of uses. The gun is bad, the gun is evil. The gun isn't inherently nothing. It's what you have in your mind to do.
Right.
And I could set a loaded gun right here on this table, and for 20 years it won't do anything until someone puts their trigger finger on it. And that is, I tell students all the time, this is your best safety. Regardless of what's on the gun, you are in complete control.
According to the NRA, guns are used for self-defense almost 2.5 million times a year. The police cannot protect everyone all at the same time. 61% of men and 56% of women say that stricter gun laws would make it more difficult for people to protect their homes and families. The right to self-defense and to the means of defending oneself in a basic natural right that grows out of the right to life. The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun.
Gun control laws are proven not to work.
Mexico has some of the strictest gun laws in the world, and yet in 2012, Mexico had 11,309 gun murders, compared to the United States that had 9,146 gun homicides. The country has only one legal gun store, compared to at least 63,709 legal gun stores and pawn shops in the United States, and in spite of the gun control laws, no real major change can be seen.
It does not make any sense. The law-abiding citizens of this community and many communities around this country, we're the first ones taxed and the last ones considered and the first ones punished when things like this happens, because our rights are the ones that are being taken away.
Because in terms of this question of stopping, yes, I do think a gun within the building for one of our trained either safety personnel or somebody like that could use it.
piggybacking off of that, us as a shop, we can refuse anyone. And I have refused tons of people that were obviously didn't know what they were doing, didn't know how to hold a firearm, didn't know how to use it.
Would I be comfortable? Yes, I would be. But at the same time, do I think that is something that should be allowed? I do not.
I would say no for me. I don't think that it would necessarily make my classroom safer. I think that there would be, from my perspective, I think it would be more likely that I would either injure myself or someone in the classroom.
And even more so in Illinois with the FOID card and CCL, they run your background every single day. So if you mess up over on the weekend, you have a violent dispute, with a spouse or whatnot, by Monday they're knocking on your door saying, okay, where's the guns?
Yep.